I'm Vanessa Tyler, and welcome to What's Eating Harlem, where we cover the most exciting community in the world. There is a lot going on here in Harlem. Let's get started.
I love the place.
You can see why they love this place. Ooh la la, the French food at Maison Harlem. One look and you know they must live in Harlem. It's a certain style. Check out who our Selena Hill is spotlighting in Harlem Style.
My favorite subject is math.
Meet the super motivated kids at this Harlem school, striving for the top. The art is outstanding, and you will be even more impressed when you meet the artist, the amazing body of work of Hailey King Ruby. All of that and more on this edition of What's Eating Harlem. What's Eating Harlem, funded in part by Cove Lounge. Situated in the heart of Harlem, it embodies the spirit and vitality of its community, delivering a unique blend of cool sophistication and urban edge. When you see duck confit so succulent, you know it was cooked in a French kitchen, and it was, uptown, in Maison Harlem. Come in, sit down, and most of all, eat.
It's a French bistro. We have the classic French dishes, like duck confit. We have the quiche Lorraine, escargot. We have croque monsieur.
Also featured, the spicy lamb sausage. People go crazy over the food.
Well, I love the place. I love the atmosphere. It really makes you feel at home.
Great place. Even better food. Love the salmon here. The burger's good. It's a good neighborhood place.
I had the hanger steak, and it was my first time, and I loved it. Usually I'm only a salmon girl, but he convinced me, and it's my new favorite.
The reviews are très bien, and owner Sam Tiem couldn't be happier. This is what he envisioned for his spot on the corner of 127th and St. Nicholas.
And it's like a beautiful hub, like a Grand Central of the restaurants.
A mix of old faces and new, Sam, who came here from Paris, literally landed in Harlem on his feet.
And I came to the U.S. With a scholarship to dance.
To dance in the program of famed Alvin Ailey. Here's a photo of Sam in motion. He even made it to Broadway.
With the money that I saved performing, I went back to school, studied sound engineering, and got into the television.
His job then as the stage manager on The View, working alongside the dynamic stars of the show. But this restaurant, opened by him and his chef partner, Roman Bonans, was his dream that nearly became a nightmare.
On February 23rd of this year, we had an unfortunate event. A fire erupted.
The place where people had so much fun was ruined.
Kitchen got damaged, our dining room, all this was pretty much gone. Ceilings, floors, walls. We lost a lot of our chairs. No one got hurt, which was the most important thing.
So they shut down, rebuilt in 6 weeks, and now they're cooking again. Seafood croustillant, anyone?
People were lining up at the door when we opened. This house, like maison, which means house in French. They wanted to have their home back.
And it is back in Harlem.
I wouldn't go anywhere else.
Style, and this is Harlem Style. Born and raised in Harlem, Musa Jackson has seen and done it all. He is noted as one of the first young black supermodels out of Harlem. He then went on to become an award-winning producer, screenwriter, and photographer. Plus, he launched his own production company that has spearheaded fashion fundraisers, red carpet events, and grand openings like Harlem Shake. But there's something else that makes Musa stand apart, and it's all in his style. Today, I'm here at Cherie in Harlem, and I'll speak to this Harlem socialite about his clean and classic style.
My career began right out of high school. I went to the High School of Music and Art, which is now Fiorella H. LaGuardia High School, the FAME school as they call it. And I was discovered when I was my first year in Parsons as a young burgeoning fashion designer by the editor, one of the editors of GQ magazine. So here I am right out of high school, 18 years old, and from what I was told, I was the youngest black man to kind of grace, you know, one of the pages of GQ magazine. I was only 18. So they wanted that person who, you know, represented what they thought was going to be the new America. And I worked as a top model for about 10 years, having opened John Pagotier's show, the first black model to do that. Had a contract with Macy's for like 8 years. So I was doing a lot of the catalogs. So if you were a kid in the 80s, I was that black kid that you saw, you know, in the sportswear, as well as I guess the pinnacle of my career in fashion probably would be being one of the first black models to ever do the Gap ad, which kind of helped us cross over in terms of the youth market. You know, we'd already sort of done it in an older generation prior to me with amazing models like Renard White, who was my predecessor, and people like that, and Mario Van Peebles, and people like that who I emulized when I was in high school. And I just looked up to them. And then here I was in the pages of GQ and all these magazines and traveling the world. I had a love for production in terms of just behind the scenes. You know, I love to see how things worked. I think having been in front of the camera, I saw that there weren't enough people behind the camera or making things happen. And so I went from that to producing or helping produce fashion shows for boutique agencies. So here I was a model prior to walking the catwalk, and now I was able to help models who had came after me by helping produce those shows through boutique agencies, which actually led to me eventually forming my own agency, or production company, as you will, Musa Jackson Productions. We are, I like to say we're a small business that does big things. And so we've helped businesses, you know, open, you know, by doing some of the promotion or doing the grand opening parties, you know, most notably one of our favorite clients, Harlem Shake. We helped do the grand opening party for that. And then we've helped work with, you know, this beautiful restaurant right here with Alan, who's the owner of Cherie. We did his birthday party and done other events. And Teti Pani, which was the first outdoor cafe and one of the first pioneers here in Harlem. So we work with a lot, obviously Harlem is now a burgeoning restaurant community. And so we work with those businesses to help them sort of keep the brand alive, help the clients have fun, which is the core customer of Harlem, you know, and by bringing great events to that segment. One of the things I'm really excited about coming up is being asked by Uptown Magazine to be their society column. I'm gonna have my own society column, so I'll be talking about all things fashionable, all the hip places, you know, all the great parties, what's happening up here in Harlem. So, you know, a lot like what Vanity Fair's done, we're gonna bring that I'm a high and low person, meaning that I don't, like I said, I'm not into labels.
Right.
I'm into what looks good. I'm into what fits my price point. And some people want to spend a whole lot of money on clothing, but people who are in the industry realize that, you know, great tailoring and a great fit doesn't necessarily have to have a price tag.
Right.
And so this jacket, I think I got at H&M about 2 seasons ago. These pants, I think, are vintage. And I like to wear comfortable shoes, so I like to kick it up with, you know, once again, Lacoste sneakers. And that could be an easy transition from day to evening, and especially now. You know, I think that's sort of come back, the sneaker with the suit look. I like Zara. This is Lacoste. You know, scarf that I put around my neck. We like what makes us feel good. If you feeling it, wear it. And I think that's what, you know, Harlem is defined by, how we feel about ourselves. You know, we're not always defined by the clothes. I think we're defined by the personality in the clothes.
So, if it's unique and it's fabulous, then it must be Harlem Style. I'm Selena Hill.
What's Eating Harlem wants to get you involved. Got a story idea? Tell us. Go to our website, what'seatingharlem.com. There you can become a member and get discounts at some of the places we feature. Remember to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter.
Hi, I'm Sahaim. I'm 7 years old. My favorite subject is science.
My favorite subject is math.
You're listening to the bright, brilliant children of the Mount Pleasant Christian Academy in Harlem.
I am 12 years old. I would like to be an engineer, a soldier, and a pianist when I grow up.
A doctor.
Children who are driven and love to learn. The goals of school creator and driving force, Bishop Charles Eatman. He has put his life into it.
I do this because I'm called to do it.
An educator since he was in his early 20s, he taught in the public school system. Even then, he practiced what he believes.
When I taught in public school, I was an outcast because I wanted every one of my children to learn. It didn't matter what I had to do. It didn't matter how early I had to start. It didn't matter how late I had to stay. But I knew that they needed to learn, and I knew that they could learn.
And that is his belief. Every child can learn, and he knows exactly how to get it out of them.
The system that we use works. It's an individualized educational process.
Teachers looking over every detail, making sure students at this private Christian-based school are the best.
The school actually focuses on one person at a time, and so it actually focuses on your level.
When I was in public school, it was like really hard for me to learn in front of the teacher and stuff because there were students. So I had learned at a slower pace, but when I came here, everybody worked at their own individual. And this school is also preparing us for college.
For college and for life. These students visit Ivy League campuses, and because this is almost a year-round school, during their breaks, they travel the world.
It's been an awesome experience. Along the way, I've gotten to travel and be exposed to different environments.
But this year, there won't be a world trip because last December, there was a fire. It started in the school's library, destroyed all the books at the school building located at 121st Street and Adam Clayton Powell Jr. Boulevard. So they had to close the 7th Avenue School until repairs are made. So where are they now? In Bishop Eatman's Harlem home on 119th Street. This is where the school's approximately 25 students are learning in several small rooms of the brownstone.
We don't stop school. Frederick Douglass taught us that. Do you know that Frederick Douglass began the whole process of Sunday school, and his purpose was to teach reading. And when the evil slave master would come into the room, he would say, you know, I want you all to sing, Jesus loves me, yes I know, for the Bible tells me so. And when the evil slave master left, he would say, T-H-E, say it. And so he used Sunday school as a means to develop an opportunity to teach slaves to read.
We need the sun. The sun helps plants, animals, and people on Earth.
The school takes children from 2.5 and up. College is where all are headed. Parents pay, donations help. There is also an emphasis here on Black history. In addition to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., these kids study all the African Americans who have contributed to society.
People without an understanding of their culture, of their history, will never develop to be who they are called to be.
The discipline, the prayers every morning, the lessons on how to reason and think. No wonder the success stories from here are endless, with careers as doctors, engineers, executives. And for 34 years teaching, Bishop Eatman has made sure of it.
On my watch, as long as God allows me, if you hear that Mount Pleasant Christian Academy stopped because of something, you know that I'm not around. Because as long as I'm around, whatever comes, whoever comes, whatever happens, I'm going to be on the job.
The artwork is stunning, abstract, beautiful. The colors vibrant, so full of life and love. Look at the pieces. They can speak to you for the artist who cannot.
We have been blessed to have him use this medium because having some of the challenges, developmental challenges that he has, verbal expression is a challenge.
Haile King Ruby has Down syndrome. His work from his soul directly to the canvas.
He has no inhibitions. His paintings are a reflection of his inner soul.
His work is phenomenal.
Artist Lamont Dykes, known as Vision, came to see Haile's one-man show. It was at New Harlem Besame, located at 2070 Adam Clayton Powell Boulevard on the corner of 124th and 7th. The Harlem restaurant Haile's dad and brother own. And artist to artist, Vision is awed by what he sees.
His work lacks mistakes. And as an artist, a lot of people struggle with that simple idea that every time we paint, we're going to make a mistake. So upon looking at his work, it inspired me to realize that it is possible to live in a reality without mistake. So in a sense, it took me to another level. It put me into a whole different realm. Like, I don't have to necessarily stop and always correct, when I could just let all of it flow together and the piece will bring itself out, as opposed to trying to force it to come out.
The body of work affects all who see it.
I thought it was amazing. It has lots of detail, lots of color. I mean, it stood out to my daughter, and she's only 4, and she really enjoyed it. I think we're actually gonna get one of the pieces online.
Reproductions of Haile's work are available online at hailissimoart.com. For now, the originals are not for sale.
His originals we do not sell. We keep them so that they are part of his collection. He has over 120 to 130 paintings. So his body of work is very extensive.
Happy birthday to you. This day is especially celebratory because it is Haile's 25th birthday. As he gets older, his dad has noticed a greater range to his work, more emotions bleeding through the paint.
I think he has come to terms with some of the realities of life. He lost his aunt, Iris Donaldson, in 2012, and it was a very traumatic experience for him.
And from that, this piece titled Rage, Feelings over the Passing of His Beloved Aunt.
He has used art as a means of expressing many of his inner feelings and his emotions, happiness, and even sadness as well.
No sadness today. It's time to party.
Hailey dances, and he even likes to act and different things, right?
Yeah.
Hailey has really participated in what most people with developmental challenges should do, and that is become included in the community. They should not be relegated to institutions and rooms. They should come out, they should engage the community, they should meet, and they should be a part of the community.
That's all the time we have for now, but there is so much more next time on What's Eating Harlem. I'm Vanessa Tyler. See you uptown. What's Eating Harlem, funded in part by Cove Lounge. Situated in the heart of Harlem, it embodies the spirit and vitality of its community, delivering a unique blend of cool sophistication and urban edge.
To become a member of What's Eating Harlem, go to www.what'seatingharlem.com and sign up for special events like wine tastings and food tastings. Also, join us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. If you have any ideas for stories about Harlem, send them to info@what'seatingharlem.com.